truth is that comfort is the silent killer of ambition. It does not strike suddenly, it does not announce its arrival, and it does not feel like a threat. Comfort feels good. Comfort feels safe. Comfort convinces you that everything is fine when in reality, everything is rotting. The more comfortable you become, the weaker you grow. The more you choose ease over struggle, the more you kill the very fire that was meant to push you forward. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is your biggest enemy. Most people do not realize that comfort is the reason they are stuck. They think their failure comes from a lack of opportunity, a lack of talent, or a lack of luck. But the real reason is that they settled into comfort. They chose sleep over discipline. They chose entertainment over effort. They chose excuses over execution. And with each small choice, comfort wrapped its arms around them tighter until it suffocated their potential completely. Look at the average person. They work just enough to survive, eat just enough to feel full, and dream just enough to stay entertained. But they never push themselves past their limits. Why? Because limits are uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Sacrifice is uncomfortable. And so they choose to stay safe. But safe eventually becomes stagnant. Safe eventually becomes decay. Comfort makes them feel alive, while it slowly kills them inside. You have to understand that greatness never comes from comfort. Every name you respect, every legacy you admire, every empire that was ever built came from pain, from struggle, from sacrifice. Champions are forged in discomfort. Leaders are shaped in adversity. Warriors are made in fire, not in pillows. Comfort never produced excellence. Comfort only produces mediocrity, and mediocrity is death in slow motion. The danger of comfort is that it never looks like danger. When you suffer, you know something is wrong. Pain alerts you to fight back, but comfort disguises itself as peace. It makes you believe that everything is fine while it steals your time, your energy, and your drive. That is why it is so dangerous. It does not fight you. It lulls you. It whispers to you that you deserve rest, that you can try tomorrow, that you have already done enough. And if you listen long enough, tomorrow never comes. Ask yourself this: how many dreams have you delayed because comfort convinced you to wait? How many times have you said, "I will start when I feel ready," only to realize that feeling ready never arrives? How many hours, days, even years have you traded away to comfort, only to wake up with nothing to show for it? Comfort is not harmless. Comfort is the thief that robs you while you are smiling. But here is the truth you need to hear. Every time you choose comfort, you are choosing weakness. Every time you stay in bed instead of rising, every time you avoid the work instead of grinding, every time you waste hours instead of building, you are feeding your enemy. And enemies do not disappear when you feed them. They grow stronger. Comfort will not go away on its own. You must kill it before it kills you. This is the mental slap. The life you want is hiding behind discomfort. The strength you need is buried in discipline. The future you dream about is waiting for you on the other side of pain. You will never get there if you keep clinging to what is easy. Comfort is lying to you. It promises safety, but delivers regret. It promises peace, but delivers emptiness. If you do not destroy it, it will destroy you. Comfort is the most seductive trap because it feels like a reward. You convince yourself you have earned it, that you deserve to relax, that you can slow down for a while. But what starts as a moment of rest becomes a habit of avoidance. Before you realize it, the drive you once had is gone. Your hunger fades, your discipline weakens, and your vision of a greater life becomes blurry. Comfort is not giving you relief. Comfort is robbing you of your future. Think about how comfort works. It does not come as one big decision that ruins you. It comes as small compromises, repeated daily. You tell yourself you will sleep in just this once. You tell yourself you will skip the workout today because you are tired. You tell yourself you will start that project tomorrow because you have time. One small compromise does not seem like much, but when you repeat it, it becomes a pattern, and patterns create identity. Soon, you are not just someone who takes a break, you are someone who quits. Comfort slowly rewrites who you are. The truth is that growth lives where comfort dies. Muscles grow when you push them past their limits. Skills sharpen when you practice until it hurts. Dreams manifest when you sacrifice what others refuse to give up. Everything worth having demands discomfort. If you are unwilling to suffer, you are unfit to succeed. Success is not built on what is easy. Success is built on what you were willing to endure when everyone else gave up. Most people will never accept this. That is why mediocrity is everywhere. Look around, and you will see people who gave up on their dreams because it was too hard. You will hear them explaining why it never worked out, why they had no choice, why things were not fair. But underneath every explanation is the same truth. They chose comfort. They could have kept going, but comfort felt better. And so they settled. Now they live with regret disguised as acceptance. Do not let that become your story. Do not allow comfort to trick you into believing that you are fine where you are. You are not fine. If you were, you would not feel that hunger inside. You would not feel that voice pushing you, that fire telling you there is more. Comfort will always try to silence that fire. It will tell you to wait. It will tell you to slow down. It will tell you to stop. But that voice inside you is louder than comfort if you choose to listen. Comfort is your enemy because it kills urgency. When you are comfortable, you feel like you have time. You feel like tomorrow is guaranteed. But tomorrow is not promised. You are running out of time, whether you admit it or not. Every day you choose comfort is another day wasted, another piece of your life gone forever. Comfort is not just stealing your energy, it is stealing your life. Here is the mental slap. If you keep choosing comfort, you will never escape the ordinary. You will wake up one day old, bitter, and empty, realizing that you traded greatness for convenience. And the worst part is that nobody forced you. You did it to yourself. Comfort did not have to drag you. You walked into its trap willingly. But the good news is that you can also walk out. The same way you built the habit of comfort, you can build the habit of discipline. The same way you trained yourself to settle, you can train yourself to fight again. Every step out of comfort will hurt. It will feel wrong. It will feel unnatural. But that pain is proof you are growing. That pain is the path. The more you run from it, the weaker you become. The more you embrace it, the stronger you get. If you want a future worth living, stop choosing what feels good now and start choosing what will matter later. Comfort is lying to you. Discipline is the truth. Comfort is the cage that looks like freedom. It lets you move. It lets you breathe. It lets you feel like you are in control, but the bars are still there. The longer you stay inside it, the smaller your world becomes. Comfort convinces you that you are safe, but what it really does is keep you from ever discovering who you could have been. Safety without growth is not living, it is existing, and existing without purpose is the slowest kind of death. You already know this deep down. Every time you have chosen comfort, you felt that emptiness inside. You felt the guilt after skipping the work. You felt the regret after wasting the day. You felt the anger at yourself when you settled instead of pushing. That is not just emotion. That is your future screaming at you, warning you that you are killing it. Comfort disguises itself as peace, but the truth is, it is poison. It does not hit you all at once. It drips into your system slowly until you no longer have the strength to fight back. And this is why most people never become what they were meant to be. They confuse comfort with happiness. They believe that if they can remove all struggle, if they can avoid all pain, if they can stay safe, they will finally be happy. But happiness is not found in avoidance. Happiness is earned through victory. Real fulfillment comes when you conquer what was meant to break you. Joy comes when you look back and know you did not give in. Comfort cannot give you that. Comfort can only give you numbness, and numbness is not living. Ask yourself, how many people do you know who settled into comfort and now live lives of quiet desperation? They smile on the surface, but you can see the emptiness in their eyes. They distract themselves with entertainment, with meaningless pleasures, with temporary escapes. Because they cannot face the reality, that they traded their potential for comfort. They had dreams once. They had fire once. But they let comfort smother it until nothing was left but routine. And now they live on autopilot, breathing but not alive. The only way to escape this fate is to go where comfort cannot follow. You must seek discomfort on purpose. You must choose the harder path, the longer road, the heavier burden. Because only in those places will you find growth. Only in those places will you discover strength you did not know you had. Only in those places will you become someone worthy of the life you want. Comfort will never give you that. Only struggle will. This is the reason greatness is rare. It is not because greatness requires superhuman talent. It is not because greatness is reserved for a chosen few. It is because greatness requires a level of discomfort that most people refuse to endure. Most would rather stay safe than risk failure. Most would rather feel good now than build something lasting later. And so the majority choose comfort, and only the few who embrace pain rise above. Here is the truth you need to burn into your mind. Comfort is killing you. It is killing your potential, killing your discipline, killing your future. And the only way to fight back is to embrace what makes you uncomfortable. When it hurts, lean in. When it scares you, do it anyway. When it feels heavy, carry it. That is the path. That is how you become the person you were meant to be. You must understand that the enemy is not outside. It is inside. The enemy is not the world holding you back. It is your own comfort convincing you to stop. Kill that comfort before it kills you. Trade it for discipline. Trade it for sacrifice. Trade it for growth. Because the life you want is waiting, but it will never meet you in your comfort zone. The most dangerous thing about comfort is that it feels like success. When you start making a little money, when you reach a small milestone, when life feels easier than it used to, comfort creeps in. It tells you that you have done enough. It whispers that you can slow down, that you deserve to relax, that the hard work is behind you. But success is not a finish line. Success is a moving target. The moment you slow down, the moment you stop pushing, the moment you let comfort seduce you, you start losing everything you built. Comfort is not just the enemy of growth, it is the assassin of progress. History is full of people who were destroyed by comfort. Kings who lost their empires because they grew soft. Fighters who lost their edge because they believed their victories made them untouchable. Leaders who fell because they surrounded themselves with ease instead of struggle. Comfort erases hunger, and without hunger, you stop fighting. The second you stop fighting, you lose. Comfort does not care how high you have climbed. It will drag you back down if you let it. This is why discomfort is necessary. Pain keeps you sharp. Struggle keeps you disciplined. Sacrifice keeps you alive. The very things you avoid are the things that shape you into someone capable of holding on to greatness. You may hate the grind, you may hate the weight, you may hate the endless pressure, but those things are what protect you from becoming soft. They are what keep you strong when others collapse. They are what separate the average from the unstoppable. Most people do not fail because they never started. They fail because they started, achieved a little, and then got comfortable. They believed they had made it. They stopped pushing. They stopped demanding more from themselves. They stopped risking, and slowly, everything they built crumbled. Comfort is not harmless. It is the beginning of decay. And once decay sets in, it spreads until nothing remains but regret. You must decide what kind of life you want. Do you want the shallow relief of comfort, or do you want the lasting respect that only comes from growth? Comfort gives you nothing permanent. It gives you temporary pleasure in exchange for permanent regret. Discipline gives you temporary pain in exchange for permanent strength. The choice is yours, but make no mistake. Comfort is already fighting to claim you. Every time you choose ease, you are feeding your enemy. Here is your final mental slap. If you live for comfort, you will die with nothing. If you chase comfort, you will never touch greatness. If you settle into comfort, You will one day look back and realize you betrayed yourself. But if you destroy comfort, if you make discomfort your ally, if you choose the hard path again and again, you will build a life that comfort could never steal. That is the truth. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is your biggest enemy. Kill it before it kills you. Subscribe for more.